I was actually at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I was doing a bunch of trips, doing a lot of back-to-back inspections when I got the email saying that I was selected for the big honor. For me personally, it's a huge honor. We don't get a lot of recognition outside of the military in those aspects. So a lot of time you just get caught up in the day-to-day of what you do and that aspect of it. But it plays a lot when you realize that your contributions are the same on the outside. So to be recognized with the civilian partners and the companies out there, it's huge to know that you're on the right track and doing the right thing. As far as my team, it's kind of the same thing. I bring this back for them. We do the same thing. So for me to be selected out of the 8 people I work with, the 8 other evaluators, it's a big deal. So it's something to bring back and let them know this is really what we all do and this is what we all bring to the table. The most rewarding for me is when you go into a place that's having some difficulties, and even though you go in inspecting, you also become basically a consultant. You're trying to get them through those problems, and when you help them through a challenge or a problem, and then you come back to do a re-inspection, and to see that they've taken what you said, they've implemented it, and they've also brought in their own ideas and made it much better. So at the same time, you're learning from their skills and what they bring to the table also. So I think for me, that's probably one of the most rewarding aspects of it. That's also kind of the challenging side of it. And the reason I say it's challenging is you're coming there as an inspector, a lot of times as an outside party trying to analyze what they do. So it's hard for them to see you as a helping body sometimes. So let them explain why they do certain things the way they do, because it may not be wrong. And if they didn't think it was the best way, they probably wouldn't do them that way. So to get their insight and to be able to just step back and try to walk them through and use their processes just on a better level. So I think the biggest thing is the interpersonal skills and building that relationship early on, that trust. It's not so much the method or tools that differ from one or the other, because you're using a lot of the similar tools, but the difference comes in that you're really evaluating work that's already been done. So it's either the process or the equipment that has already been completed. So really what you're looking for is the process and then how improvements could be made from that point. The biggest change is as technology improves and it's expanding rapidly right now, we're getting a lot more data, it comes a lot quicker, it's real time. The good side of that is it allows us to do a lot of stuff virtually that we couldn't do before. The other good side is you get a lot more data, so once you can figure out how to maneuver and manipulate that data, it gives you a lot of extra points to then make those decisions or improvements on. With social media, everything becomes real time, so you don't have a whole lot of time to go back and re-look at or reanalyze. So you got to try to make sure you have it right on the first time around. I use, for example, in what we do, it's forced us to analyze how we do processes. So while we go through and evaluate the labs, we're able to do a lot of stuff virtually that we weren't able to do before. So there's a big cost savings there, but it also allows us more time to get it right the first time. We have a lot of good inspectors and they're good at what they do, but as you get more and more data, a lot of it becomes minute, a lot of minutia out there. Basically, you have to be able to analyze that data. So just because you're getting a lot of information doesn't mean it's good information if you don't know how to handle it. So I think as technology advances, people need to get better with softwares, being able to navigate through those types of things to make the data relevant to what they're doing. The world's starting to shrink, so you're seeing a lot more international type inspectors. So I think it becomes more relevant that you understand the other cultures and societies and be able to work within those realms so that it becomes a tighter partnership, more respect on both sides of it.